No, you're good. How you guys doing? Good, good.
You got your first game under your belt as a play caller. How did it feel? How did you feel about your performance?
Yeah, it felt good. Like anything, there's things you look back on and a few areas where it could do a better job for the guys. And then, but, really it's players over plays. And they did such a good job of executing the plays. And then, come in Monday, clean up the things we need to clean up, and then move on to the next week.
Is the mix about what you thought for pass run, the number of touches receivers got? Is that about what you expected going into that one?
Yeah, I think, you try to, like I talked about last week, and every week in a game plan, you go in, trying to get the ball to certain guys, but then you also got to play the game and not force things. So it ended up distributing pretty evenly throughout the game, which would be great each week, but you never know how it's going to play out every week we play.
Considering that DK didn't get a target until the second half, it's not like he wasn't doing anything in the first half. How was he either being a decoy or just affecting the game in the first half without getting a touch?
Yeah, I think he always affects the game. He was working hard. He was great on the sidelines. We were talking through different things he was seeing, how they were playing him. And, he stayed focused and in the game. And when his opportunities came, he made the most of them. So he was great with it. And we got a lot of guys that are deserving of touches throughout the game. And they have a great understanding and they support each other throughout the game, And I thought one of the cooler moments in the game was when, when Tyler scores, just seeing DK's reaction, all those guys' reaction, and really being supportive of their fellow teammates and being excited for them, being excited with them.
The idea of dressing discussing plays as they look different, look the same but have different outcomes. Inspired that.
A few different people along the way, just different coaches as we talk through things, and just having a core offensive philosophy that's like I said, has been molded through different stops around the way, and just be in different places. It's something I believe in and something we want to continue to stick to.
For you personally, it's something, obviously, a dream to be a coordinator, a dream to be in this position. Do you find yourself, give yourself a moment, maybe pregame Sunday, just to kind of look around and be like, all right, this is pretty cool, or what was that like for you?
Yeah, I think every day you come out here, you see the setting, and different places I've been in. I'm always appreciative of the chances I've had and been afforded, and this is the next one, and it's a great one. And like I've talked about, it's been a dream of mine, and it's lived up to all any expectations you might have about what it means. There's going to be different highs and lows throughout seasons, and it started off well, but that doesn't mean a whole lot going into this week. And so just refocusing, reestablishing our identity on Monday, and getting ready for this week, I think is important for the players and for the coaches as well, and just having that forward thinking mindset.
I think Tennessee's numbers might have been a little bit skewed last week. What do you know to be true about their defense?
Yeah, I think this is a good defense. They're with Coach Vrabel and Shane, their D coordinator. They've done a great job in the past season of having a tough, hard-nosed defense that knows how to set the edge. They're multiple. They can attack you in a lot of different ways. And like we said, the NFL is such an even league. Some weeks it doesn't go your way, but we're ready for a tough defense that's really going to throw a lot of things at us.
Russ today was talking to us about kind of the first Zoom meeting you guys had, I assume way back in January.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I don't know, it sounds like a little bit of a curveball he threw you maybe to kind of maybe call the game or call a couple series or something.
Yeah, just his, just the way he's thinking, some of those different Zoom calls, different periods, throughout the off season, throughout our initial calls, and just the way his mind's working, and you're talking about one thing, next thing you know, it can flip to talking some football, and I thought it's great. At one of our conversations along the way, he gave me the, hey, why don't you just call a drive right now? And so we kind of go through a drive and see if we're on the same page, and it's a little different language at the time, but the general philosophy, the concepts, stuff like that he can pick right up on. So it was great, and it's kind of led into all off season when we're doing that, or when we're out in or within meetings or out at practice, getting ready to go. He always wants to hear play calls, always wants to hear drives, always wants to visualize what's going to happen out on the field. So, that was my first glimpse into what's been a steady part of the process.
Was he saying okay, now it's 3rd and 4, what do you got? Now it's 2nd and 10, what do you got?
Yeah, a little bit of mix, setting up some scenarios, and And just the same thing we'll do out here in pre-practice or, before the walkthroughs, things there where you have some time to steal play calls, steal some scenarios. Hey, what are you thinking here? What we want to get to in this scenario? So he just wants to keep absorbing as much as he can, and that's what him and I have tried to do, is just working on getting on the same page. So there is those situations that come up that, we can control what we want to control as coaches, but stuff changes throughout the game or within the snap count, within the shot clock, and the quarterback has to be able to make adjustments on the fly and fix some things if it's not a perfect play call, which he just does such a tremendous job of.
There's a lot of data that backs up the benefit of pre-snap motion, but some coaches struggle to really be efficient with that. And sometimes they're just moving guys just to move them. What do you think is the biggest key to being efficient with that and using pre-snap motion to confuse the defense?
Yeah, I think just as long as we're going in with an intent at the beginning of the week of the why we're doing it, so the players understand it, and then really just goes back again to the players have an understanding of what are we doing different motions for, what are we trying to get out of those, and then having that ownership, so then it is a realistic feel as we go into the games, and each week there's probably a little different reasons why we would use certain motions or any pre-snap stuff to get some things out of the defense or to help ourselves out or buy some time. So there's a lot of different reasons, but most importantly is the players have a good understanding in-house of what we're getting out of those things.
In terms of the mechanics Sunday, calling the game and communicating with Ross and communicating with everyone else, what did you learn Sunday? What was it like going through?
I think it was, felt smooth. He was great talking back and forth on the sideline, as were a bunch of the players, just having that open dialogue and continue to work on that moving forward. There's certain times as I look forward, just different moments within the game where I know I can do a better job, and I'll keep working to learn from those mistakes in a game and in practice, and keep working to not have the same thing happen a second time.
What makes Jeremy so good with the ball?
I think, first of all, it starts with his natural ball skills. So when the ball's coming his way, he can seamlessly pluck it out of the air, and he's ready to make his move and does a good job putting the ball away. And then, he's got that little basketball background, so he's got a little bit of a double-up crossover feel to him when he's got the ball in his hands. And then he's also, got enough weight to back it up where if he's crossing someone up and running through an arm tackle, he just has a good ability to work to make the first guy miss and make something happen with the ball.
Anything else, guys?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.